Photo mode is here, as well as a link down below in the description box for you to be able to read the patch notes on your own. I'm going to try and skim through them quickly because I don't have a lot of time and I got to head out. Narrative and story. Fixed a case where the narrative moment would repeat incorrectly when reloading a save in the quest The Reckoning. Fixed a few cases where stories in the boat were interrupted incorrectly. By the way, photo mode can be accessed by pressing the square button from the options menu. Quests and progression. I'm just going to tell you the quests that have been fixed. I'm not going to read every single thing in here. The weight of chains. The quest for Tyr. Grow a secret. The runaway. The lost sanctuary. The world of fate. Forging destiny. Unleashing hell. Creatures of prophecy, unlocking the mask, hunting for solace, or where enemies would not spawn if leaving the fight and returning to explore the mines of Svartalfheim. I butchered that, I don't care. Sigrun's Curse, Return of the River, a Viking funeral, or where the drawbridge was in the wrong state when returning to the area while exploring in Vanaheim, preventing the player from crossing the bridge, or not getting credit for closing the hell portal, impacting the favor hell to pay, or where the swords would not properly show if restarting from the checkpoint during the challenges of Muspelheim. Gameplay fixed several cases where the player could fall out of the world when picking up lost pages, or where the player would drop below the map when dropping from a ledge, fall out of the world in Midgard at the Helheim Tower, or where the Mystic Gateway would reset to undiscovered when restarting from the checkpoint immediately after discovering the gateway. The sled would spawn in the wrong location when exploring Alfheim, or where targeting guide was incorrect in the puzzle element during the quest Song of the Sands. Player gets stuck walking for the quest hunting for solace, or where companions don't join the player on the sled after quickly entering, then exiting, then entering the sled again. Bitch, make up your mind. Or a rare case where the companion would fall through the world. That's not always a bad thing. Improve the companion behavior in several locations when backtracking. Combat. Fixed a case where the stun grab prompt would not appear when fighting the Maven, or where Kratos could clip into the boss, causing unwanted behavior in the quest reunion, or where the player would be unable to use Resurrection Stone in a boss fight during the quest Defend Your Valor, or where the stun grab prompt would not appear when fighting the Everlasting, or where Slaghorn could get stuck in the ground, or where the Hyperion pull would not pull nightmare enemies, or where the player's arm could get stuck in the axe recall animation after a stun grab kill when fighting the mini-boss in the quest Grow a Secret, or where the boss does not properly progress to the next stage in the quest Beyond Ragnarok, or where enemies would not play a hit reaction from some runic attacks on slopes, or where attacks performed while using Valor of Fury could miss smaller targets, or where the player would lose functionality when changing an equipped runic attack immediately after using it. Give this video a thumbs down, and I'll backhand you so hard you will lose functionality. Or where the player would become stuck in place after performing a stun grab on Fiske at the edge of the arena, or where an enemy would become invulnerable after restarting from a checkpoint, blocking further progress in the quest Old Friends, or where the boss would fail to transition to the next phase during the quest The Reckoning, or where traversal is unavailable when restarting the checkpoint between encounters, blocking further progress in the quest The Realms at War. Looks like we're, at war with the game. Lots of people have been having progress issues. Or where the boss would not spawn after restarting from a checkpoint while completing the favor Animal Instincts, or where mini-boss could get stuck in a tree during the quest Creatures of Prophecy. The Everlasting would become idle if entering and exiting the boat during the encounter. A stun grab prompt does not appear when fighting the Everlasting. A rare case where the hilt of Scoff Nung does not activate, or where the Crimson Dragon would not engage with the player after restarting from the checkpoint during the quest for Vanaheim. Equipment and upgrades. They fixed where a companion would change equipment during a narrative sequence in the quest, the realms at war, or where the player could get stuck in the shop, preventing a story sequence from progressing in the quest Forging Destiny. UI UX fixed a bunch of cases where using the upgrade bench in Jotunheim would cause the character to become unresponsive, requiring a restart from checkpoint to correct, or where the journal pages would appear blank when quickly navigating through the journal pages, or where the pages could have been missing information. The resurrection stone description would disappear if quickly navigating through the equipment menu. Kratos could get stuck in the wrong pose in the equipment menu. The companion equipment would be displayed for Kratos in the equipment menu when rapidly switching to Kratos from the companion. There was an issue with that. The companion would be wearing incorrect armor if viewed in the equipment menu immediately after rejoining the player. The companion runic icon would show as unavailable after restarting from a checkpoint. Runic icon would show as available when exiting Valor of Fury, despite not having the required weapon equipped. Fixed the case where a prompt could remain on screen when pausing the title during the quest for Tyr, or the player's health bar could be missing during a specific move in the boss fight. In the quest, the Summoning. Stability and performance fixed a rare crash that could occur when transitioning to the end credits, or when using the map, the settings, menu, or during the quest surviving Fimble Winter, or the Runaway, Forging Destiny, Unleashing Hell Beyond Ragnarok, Animal Instincts, Return to the River, or a case where the game could become unresponsive after defeating the Flame Phantom. While exploring Vanaheim, fixed a number of visual and lighting issues throughout the game, fixed a bunch of audio where music could stop playing when backtracking or returning to an area later in the quest Grow a Secret, or not working during the Lost Sanctuary, fixed a bunch of sound effects and just music not working properly with the quest The Reckoning, Forging Destiny, The Summoning, Freya's Missing Piece, exploring in Vanaheim, the quest for Tyr, The Reckoning again, as well as during puzzle elements that could continue while exploring the Svartalfheim, or where dialogue was muted when using Skadi's Edge Runic attack, or where vehicles could no longer make sound after remaining idle for an extended period. Maybe they ran out of gas. Accessibility, various bug fixes were made to the navigation assistance feature, to the high contrast mode, to certain hazards in Vanaheim. They've added aim assist targeting to that, as well as puzzle elements in Midgard and Vanaheim, as well as a case where the companion action audio cue was missing during the mini-boss encounter during the quest for Tyr. Tyr is problematic. Fixed a case where the shield bash audio cue was mixed too low, and it was difficult to hear. Well, sometimes your ears are ringing, can't really hear what's going on around you after your noggin gets bashed in by a shield. PS4 specific, improved loading time of enemies in certain locations, and environment loading times when traversing the world. So there you have it. As always, if you liked the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel. You didn't like it, I don't care. Give it a thumbs down. You already know what's going to happen earlier. I already told you about that. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.